So we bought arguably the cheapest Mercedes-Benz in the world. Reason one, it's unregistered. Clearly. Reason two is the airbags. It needs this airbag and that airbag. And the final reason is it has some engine problems. So we'll clean it up and then we'll show you. But as you can see, we've cleaned it as best as we could without, well, with the pressure washer braking. So let's go check the engine codes. Let's just plug our little OBD thing in. Because last time, when we last checked it, it came up with only one code. Ignition on. We'll get the OBD2. We'll enter the system. Now we can read codes. 1 out of 7. Mass or volume airflow sensor. Misfire detected with low fuel, I think that is. Mass or volume air filter sensor circuit low. Too rich. Misfire detected with low fuel. Throttle actuator, and then another mass. So basically what it's saying is we've got misfires, our throttle body has an issue, our mass airflow sensor has an issue. You can probably hear it on this. So if you can't hear it, I don't know, you should be able to hear it because it's really loud, and we think it's coming from here, which is the throttle body. So yeah, let's try turning it on. Let's erase the codes and see if that does anything. All right, so it's been cleared. Should be able to just turn it on again. Is that better?
About the same.
So basically we have like an air issue. It's not getting enough air into the engine. So I think if we just disconnect our mass airflow sensor. So yeah, that's the mass airflow sensor. If we disconnect that, then it should just run off the what the ECU's coded in. I think something like that.
Yeah, it'd have a default.
Let's turn it over, see if it does anything. Should learn for a bit. I feel like that's already smoother. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
It's still smooth, just lower.
Yeah, I think it is. It's like way smoother, right? So we should be able to just leave this running for a bit.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure, and then hopefully it will just calibrate by itself.
Give it a bit of a rev, just a bit to see if that changes anything.
Honestly, that might be it.
Pretty good.
So,
hold on, okay. What if we keep it running and then plug the airflow sensor in? I don't know, what if we plug this back in?
So, honestly, oh, there it is. It is. So we definitely know it is. So after a bit, it started, going off a bit. But we took that.
Yeah, take it out.
It's kind of gone back. So I think we might need a new mass airflow sensor. Or we might just be able to clean that one. What we're going to do, we're going to take off the airbox, we're going to get to the mass airflow sensor, and we're going to take off this throttle body. We're going to clean both of those with some throttle body cleaner that I bought over there, if you can see it. But yeah, so we'll figure out how to do that, because I've never worked on a Mercedes before. Have you? Alright, so we'll do that, and then yeah. So we've got the throttle body off right now. We're still trying to get the airbox off, but the throttle body was just here. It was just 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We just pulled it off. So now we're gonna spray it with this throttle body and air intake spray or cleaner, just right inside the where all the carbon has been built up. And then we'll get a rag right here. Get a rag and just clean this out. Look at all of that. That's gunk.
Looks clean already, huh?
I know. That's about as clean as I'm gonna be able to get it. So we're just gonna let it dry and get all the residue out. So after a lot of hard work and you know, a YouTube video or two, we finally got this off without any special tools, which was amazing. Took a real long time, but we only got it off for this thing right here. So let's go over to our little, oh shoot. Let's go over to our little makeshift workbench and take what we need apart. And there's only one thing that we have to take apart, and that's a bolt. Let's take this off, and then we should be able to just clean the sensor, and then hopefully that's all that needs to happen. So these two things, I'm pretty sure it's just this part. That's where all the sensor stuff goes on. There's something there as well that might also be a sensor, but we just got to spray that down and then hopefully it will be all clean. Sprayed that. And spray that. And spray that. And now we leave that to dry as well. We don't want any residue in it, that's about it. So yeah, I think we'll leave that, how? I don't think it really says anything because it assumes that we're gonna do it inside the car. But yeah, so we're gonna leave it out to dry for maybe like half an hour, or I think 45 minutes is what a lot of people say to do. So we'll leave it out for around 45 minutes and then try and get it back in the Mercedes. So this hose clamp was what was holding on this whole intake system hose thing, and that was a pain to get out. So we're gonna pop down to our Bunnings and get a superior hose clamp. So yeah, we'll see that soon. All right, so this is the hose clamp that we picked up. It's nice and you know, easy to get off and on. And there's this one, which is an absolute nightmare to get on and off, especially with how tight this is. Oh, you can't even see it, it's so dark now. Yeah, especially with how tight this is down here. So we're gonna put the throttle body on now. It's been like 45 minutes, probably close to an hour since we got here, or since we cleaned it. So we'll chuck that all the way back. There we go. And then we can get the one down there, one down here, and then all of those bolts should line up now. Alright, we need a torch now. We had no luck finding the Torx bit, but we did get this back on. We had to jack it up because, because we tried to find the Torx bit, and then the bash plates are there, you know, and they're filthy. While we were putting this back on, we found this hose that wasn't connected, and James didn't disconnect it, so we're thinking this must have been disconnected from here in the first place. So let's get it back on. All right, so we've finally got this in. It's like 9 p.m. now. That took a long time, especially down there. Down there, I don't know if you can see it or if it's gonna focus, but with the hose, that took a long time. But now look down what we found here. It's like a tiny little bird's nest or something. And that could have been one of the reasons this is going to be lean. So I'm just going to take this off, and hopefully it's going to fix it. All right, so everything's on except the intake pipe, just because it had a dead bird in it, and also it was, you know, breaking. So we just took that off. I'm going to clean the two connectors later tonight. So we're gonna give it a start and hopefully it will be fine. So James is gonna watch that and I'm just gonna give it a start to see if we fixed anything. It's kind of evening out, but we still have the same code. We have another one as well. Mass, camshaft, throttle actuator, mass, and another camshaft. Hold on. Wait, we got another P10. Do we have two P10s? No, we got a... Wait, no, we have two P10s. Hold on. Let's just erase the codes. 3 codes, no fault codes, that's some BS. So this is what it sounded like before we bought it. And this is what it sounded like after we did everything to it. And this is how much it costs. So the car was $1.8 thousand, about $19 worth of fuel. The intake cleaner costed about $22, and the hose clamp costed around $8. And to get the trailer to tow it back to the house, it was $126. So I think the total is just under $2,000.